A few months ago, you could YOLO money into just about any project that you heard about on Twitter, and you would make a good return without having to do much research at all.
I always wanted to be rich.
But times have changed, and now you need a new strategy to start making those sweet gains again. Well, it's not easy to make those tendies in the middle of a bear market, and that's why today, we're going to be going over 5 ways to totally crush it and make money during the bear market. The first thing on the list might be the most boring, but it's definitely super important because number 1 is to do your own research. People are always going to try to pump up projects that they're invested in or personally involved with on Twitter, and they obviously want their own bags to go up in value. But if you go to a project's website or their GitHub, you can actually find out for yourself what the project's plans are to do and how their development team is working on those goals. Also, if you go to the Reddit or the Discord server for a project, you can see how the project's community feels about the development process and where the token is actually headed. This way, you'll actually know what the project is meant to do, and whenever people try to throw out wild claims on Twitter, you won't fall for their trap and make bad investment decisions. People on Twitter will say all kinds of stuff, like claiming that a burn is on the way, for example, but you can find out for yourself with just a little bit of research. Now let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is to keep all of the crypto that you plan to HODL for a long time in one of these cold boys like this. This is a cold storage wallet and it's not linked to an exchange. Even if the cryptocurrency you invested in does go up in value, the exchange you hold could go out of business. And as Coinbase just recently confirmed, you could lose all of your cryptocurrency if the company does go out of business because they could use it for bankruptcy settlements. Also, cryptocurrency exchanges don't have FDIC insurance, so no one is really going to be protecting your money if they do go under. If your crypto is on an exchange, then you don't have control over your private keys, and the exchange is basically holding onto your crypto for you, just like the bank. But you can imagine if everybody went to go try to get all their money out of the bank at one time, you're not going to probably be able to get all of your money unless you were one of the first people in line. Once they run out of money, you're pretty much going to be SOL, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. But if you get a cold storage wallet, you will have control over your own keys, and as long as no one gets a hold of those private keys, you will be the only person that can access those funds. If you still don't have one of these boys yet, we got a link down in the description so you can go down there and find one, and you want to buy it straight from the manufacturer because if you buy it from a third party, you never know who had their hands on that wallet in the first place, and they might have a copy of some keys somehow. So if you don't have one of these, go down in the description because this is one of the most important things you can have to secure your future. Now that you've done your own research and your crypto is safe in a cold storage wallet, let's talk about filling those bags up. Number 3 on our list is to dollar cost average into strong projects. I'm not saying that you can't have a little fun with smaller projects here and there, but for the most part, I try to stick with the top 10 cryptocurrencies or so. You never really do know what cryptocurrency projects are going to totally collapse in the future, just like Luna did and no one saw it really coming. In the bear market, a lot of cryptocurrency projects do disappear, and you want to make sure that all of your money that you're putting in is going into projects that are going to be rising and coming back with the next bull market. Also, the leading cryptocurrencies in the space are probably going to be holding their value better through the bear market. On average, altcoins go down about 90 to 95% in the bear market, but Bitcoin only goes down about 80%. So you tell me which one's going to be worse and which one you probably want to hold on to. I know what you're thinking, 80%? That's insane. Why would I keep buying until we get to the bottom? Why wouldn't I just hold my money until we get down 80% and then buy in so we can ride it back up and not have to feel the pain on the way down? Well, that's another option. If you do expect more downside, then maybe just dollar cost average into some stablecoins like USDC and probably try to avoid those algorithmic stablecoins like UST because they're not really backed up by anything. If you do stack up a bunch of stablecoins, then when we get to the bottom, you'll have a bunch of dry powder to throw at your favorite coins just before they blast off and go back to the moon. But the problem here is that no one really does know where the bottom is, and it could definitely turn around at any time. And that's why my main strategy is just to buy whenever I can so that I'll be ready whenever the market turns back around, even if I am asleep at the time. You might not be able to sit in front of a computer and just look at a graph all day waiting for the bottom. And a lot of people have real lives, so they have things to do. For those kind of people, dollar cost averaging might be better. And for people that actually have time to sit and watch for the bottom and really pay attention to the news, maybe you feel like you can actually time the bottom and you might want to try that out. Or maybe you want to go with a hybrid model, who knows? In the bear market, a lot of really good projects even die, and a lot of YOLO projects definitely die. So if you don't want to be holding the bag for somebody else whenever a project goes all the way to zero, make sure that you're investing in projects that actually have a strong future and a really great development team. Number 2 is probably the most obvious, but probably the biggest impact point on this list, because you could lose everything if you get scammed, and that's why number 2 is to avoid scammers. You have to be careful out there, because these scammers are coming up with new tricks every single day, and I still have people, even in my Discord, falling for the same old tricks like the 2-for-1 YouTube videos where they play an old live stream of someone famous like Elon Musk and have some text on the screen saying that they'll send you 2 Bitcoin if you just send them 1, or they'll double whatever kind of cryptocurrency you send them. But that's just bullcrap because they're just lying to you, man. This sounds too good to be true because it is. Don't send any crypto to anyone expecting to get more back, and no one needs you to send any crypto to verify your address. All they need is your public wallet address, and if they want to send you anything, they can do it. Keep your private keys to yourself and never store them in a cloud. If anyone hacks your computer, they can get a hold of your password if you keep it on the cloud, and then they can totally wipe you out. So make sure that you keep your private keys stored in a private place and not on a device that's connected to the internet. Also, watch out for scams in the comments, like people impersonating your favorite creators, and all of the people saying that they'll invest your money for you. Another thing to avoid is scam projects that trap you into the token with selling or buying fees or taxes. These keep you trapped in by making it to where a token has to go up a certain amount for you to even break even. Additionally, things called burning features are made to try to convince you that a project that has no real value to offer the world will increase in value just because its supply decreases and it becomes more rare. But riddle me this, if they made a plane that was designed to crash, would you pay more for a ticket because crashing planes are rare? No, you don't want to get on that plane and ride it all the way down to the ground and crash straight into hell. Some of these projects are designed to crash just like that, and just because they're supposedly deflationary doesn't mean that you should jump on board. A lot of things in cryptocurrency are set up in a way to swindle people out of money, unfortunately, because it is an unregulated space still. But that does present a really great opportunity to make life-changing money, because this is still a technology that's still in its infancy, and it has a long way to grow. If you do invest in the right projects, then you can ride this thing all the way to the moon in the next bull market. But if you don't pay attention and actually educate yourself on things like scams and what projects actually do, then someone's probably going to take advantage of you, and they might even shake you out in the bottom of the bear market, taking all of your money and riding it to the moon in your place. Don't give somebody else your ticket to the moon. Just make sure that you educate yourself and don't fall for the FOMO, and you're going to be fine. If you just follow number 5 on this list and you do your own research, then you can avoid most of these scams with ease. Just be careful and make sure that you're not investing in a project just because you saw somebody talking about it on Twitter. Now that your bags are full and you've protected yourself from scammers and from failing exchanges, I know what you're thinking. How is this making me any money if the bear market is sending everything down? Well, that's where number 1 comes in. Wipe those tears away and get ready because I've got you covered, baby. Number 1 on this list is staking. With staking, you can make real cash flow even with the crypto market being flatter than the great state of Texas, where such tasty snacks as the best barbecue in the world, Tex-Mex, and me originate. Most exchanges do have staking services, or you can find a staking pool. And if you're more advanced in your crypto knowledge, then you're probably not watching this video, but you can run your own staking pool and make even more money, Some of my favorite proof of stake projects are ADA, DOT, and Avalanche. Avalanche has been taking a serious beating recently, and it could be worth a lot more when you're done staking. Also, if price swings scare you, then you can even stake stablecoins, and then when you receive your reward from staking, then you can use your stablecoins to buy the dip, and you'll be ready for the next moonshot. I'm not going to tell you to do anything crazy like actually shorting, which you could do if you are more advanced in the space, but I think that if you're looking for a little bit more security and you don't want to totally throw caution to the wind and risk it all, probably dollar cost averaging and just doing your own research is going to be the best thing for you, and making sure that you protect your cryptocurrency from people that want to take away your future. If you use all of the things on this list, then you're going to have an ultimate strategy for coming out of this bear market with more crypto and bigger gains. And as a bonus, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that I can keep you updated with the realness. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.